I'm very upset because the black women's, during Black Women's Mi Gente, Black Women's Month, she's getting the booger eater.
I eat my boogers.
Chris Colleen, with your raggedy ass, I will never get off your neck.
VBS, I just turn the water on. Big ol' flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls. Been on my truck, look like bricks.
What's up, guys? It's your sister, Jessie Woo. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please make sure that you subscribe, so you can join the Black Women's Tribe during Black Women's Hispanic Heritage Black Women's Month, during Black Women's Mi Gente.
I don't know what to say. Mi gente latino.
Black Women's Month, during Black Women's de colores se vistan los campos en la primavera. Black Women's Month, okay? That's gonna be me down to the Bad Bunny Benito Bowl, okay? Period. How are y'all doing? Happy October. It's Black Women's Check Your Titties Black Women's Month, okay? It is Black Women's Check Them Titties Black Women's Month. Yes, God. Shout out to all of you guys who are survivors of breast cancer. And of course, rest in peace. Rest in power to those of us who have gone on to glory. I have lost a family member to breast cancer, and so it is something that is near and dear to my heart. So please, please, please check them titties, y'all. Check them titties. Black Women's Check Them Titties Black Women's Month. Please check them titties and do it ASAP. Do not waste any time. And for those of us who have titties that we purchased, you know, make sure we doing the things. Make sure that we doing the things, child. All right, let's get into it. Let's get right on it. Not out, but in. This Love is Blind season is disgusting. I'm just going to go just straight into it. This Love is Blind season is disgusting. I'm disgusted. Like, you know, I never thought I could be more disgusted by a show considering all the allegations, all the lawsuits over the years, essay lawsuits, you know, non-payment lawsuits, false imprisonment lawsuits. Like, it's been so many things that have happened. And I even believe there's a new lawsuit with Steven from 2 seasons ago, Oluwa Steven. And I saw one of his cast members too, who's a raccoon, talking about why she's not going to be supporting his lawsuit, raccoon activity. But this season takes the cake. Like, this season to me takes the cake. And I'm going to obviously review the episodes and do the episodes due diligence. But y'all, let me tell you something. The casting of Edmund is very problematic. It is deliberately problematic. Because see, from the moment this man said this before going into the pods,
I eat my boogers.
Every microphone should have been unplugged. Chaque microphone, every microphone, déplugué microphone, you déplugué, unplug the microphone. Every microphone should have been unplugged and he should have been sent home. But when this man told y'all that he eats his boogers, the fact that y'all's response was like, well, let's put him in the pods. He is husband material for sure. Let's go ahead and put him in the pods. Chris Colleen, you raggedy ass bitch. You raggedy ass hoe. Chelsea, you raggedy too. Because remember when Chelsea came for me when she caught herself trying to drag me when I was calling out the show on their casting? This is going back to, I believe it was Miss Leabout and Mr. Sadtooth's season, when I said like they were clearly putting people on the show that were not looking for marriage. And that's just one of the bevy of things that is just absolutely wrong with the way they cast this show. But remember when Kwame's wife went online and tried to read me down about their procedures?
Okay, only because I like people to have the right information. So let's hit this first one, Jessie Woo, shall we? No. That has everything to do with your moral character and how you treat others, which honestly, girl, I'm wondering about you at this point in time. Point number 2, I did not help cast season 5 or 6 of Love is Blind. If I had, this would make me even more furious. Why? Because I'm one person in an entire collective group of people. It is a long process. If you think I have some wave of the magic wand to make some final decisions, you are incorrect. All right. More of what I do and more of my expertise is really helping people feel more prepared and more ready to take on something like this. All right. If it's all adding up after countless interviews, psych evaluations, questionnaires, I trust that people are experts on themselves. Okay, so get your facts straight. We're putting this to bed. Also, Jessie Woo, joke's on you because you're still watching it, girl. Good night.
Okay, Susan B. Anthony, you really thought you had a hit with that one. I'm actually going to show you how to clear it. Okay, so take notes. First off, I'm going to address the things that you conveniently left out of this video because of your Karen behavior. So I reached my satirical conclusion that you're the real villain because of casting, due to the fact that when you watch the reunion, the lattes present you as a casting figure, someone who is part of casting and has been in casting. At no point in time during the reunion do they specify your time frame. So, as a viewer, if I am watching the season 6 reunion, and here you are as part of the bonus couples who have come back, and someone who has been part of the experiment, and now you're part of casting, I am going to assume that you had a part in this casting that I am currently watching, okay? Most of the internet reached that conclusion because that is what was shown. Now, immediately after I posted this to my threads, Tiffany, who was also part of your season, came into my comments and she said, not too much on my sis. She wasn't actually a part of this season's cast. So once she posted that, I immediately posted what she said and I issued you an apology. And I know you saw it because people tagged you in it, but you conveniently left that out of your video because it wouldn't fit your Karen narrative. Now, I want to address the part of your video where you talked about my morality because I know good and damn well you are not using Love is Blind as the platform to talk about morality when we can easily Google several lawsuits that are currently active from previous contestants, okay, who are alleging things like minimum wage payment, violation of labor laws, false imprisonment, starvation. You have Train Dane from season 5 who was sexually, according to her lawsuit, by a man who was casted by you all to be her fiance, someone she had actually spoke to production about. She was forcibly groped and she was actually sexually assaulted. You have Renee Poach also from season 5, who has a lawsuit against not only Love is Blind, but actually the network as well. And in her lawsuit, she alleges you all casted her alongside Carter Wall, who became her fiance. Now, the casting department was not able to verify such things as a job for this man. This man was jobless, unhoused, he was violent, he was addicted to amphetamines and alcohol. She says that despite her addressing this to production, she was forced to spend long stretches of time alone with Wall, who also became erratic and alarming in his behavior and emotionally unstable towards her and the production staff. Okay, these are lawsuits. I have also used my platform to interview previous contestants who weren't really shown on camera, who detailed false imprisonment, who detailed not even having control over opening and closing their hotel rooms, not having phones in their hotel rooms where they could even dial 911 should they be in danger. You want to talk about morality? You want to talk about morality? You're doing a lot of windmilling for a company who does this to its contestants. Mind you, Shmeremy's current ex is on TikTok right now doing her white version of the Risa Tisa story where she shares that Jeremy allegedly tried to pew 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 her. And also, this is in addition to Trevor's ex, who also came out via TikTok and revealed that they were in a relationship together, but also revealed that he threatened her life should she come forward with the receipts that they were in a relationship during the filming of the show. I understand that they gave you a job, but let's be for real when we're talking about morality. All right. Now, you did also detail the casting process. And in your detailing of the casting process, you told a bold-faced lie through your bonded teeth. Because here we do have receipts of people like Jeremy from this current season, AD from this current season, as well as someone named Scotty who almost made it to this current season. And they detail how they were casted to come on the show.
I didn't seek this out. I was actually reached out to over Instagram, and I'll actually add that message into the next slide just for some verification on that.
Casting scouted me via my Instagram.
So yes, I wanted to jump on here and share my story and experience of how I was casted on this current season of Love is Blind. So a casting agent reached out to me from Instagram, and they saw I was from North Carolina, from Raleigh, so a couple hours away from Charlotte, had me fill out an intake form. And get this, Love is Blind, all the questions were about physical traits, what I looked like, what I was attracted to, what I would normally approach, nothing about emotion, connection, what I find like good in a person outside of physical traits, which initially I thought was odd. I get through, and then I do my first virtual interview, and they kind of ask those same questions again, kind of my story. But I did tell them, hey, I was recently divorced. I'm not looking to be married again, especially this soon. And they ultimately said that that was going to be okay, which I was taken aback, but they said, we'll explain that to you at the next interview. And then at the next interview, I told the casting agents the same thing, that, hey, I was recently divorced, don't want to be married this soon. It's been not even a year. And they're like, hey, Scott, we know not everyone gets married on the show. Some people just bring a different dynamic to it. And the viewers like to watch certain things, and they like to see X, Y, and Z happen. And I was like, ultimately, you either want me to lead someone on or become a villain on the show, huh? And they said, that's not exactly what we're saying, but people do gravitate towards, or people like to watch certain things happen on the show.
So basically, you chose to tell the little black girl with the big voice that matters to shut up instead of addressing the real issue. Y'all are casting people through DMs on Instagram. Now, I like the last part where you said joke's on you because you're watching the show. You are absolutely right. I am watching the show. Not for you though. I could put a survey right now and ask people, when you watched Brett and Tiffany's season, did you watch for Chelsea? And baby, birds would be chirping. Crickets would be cricketing, okay? And let's be for real. The only reason why you and Kwame got the screen time that you got was actually for two reasons. Number one, let's be for real, they wanted to recreate Cameron and Lauren. Failed miserably though, because Kwame always came across as someone who genuinely did not like you. Which is why seeing y'all at the reunion was very shocking to a lot of viewers, because we didn't think y'all would make it. Okay? And number two, we had a very healthy relationship between Brett and Tiffany, but we all know how Kinetic feels about black love. They love black female misery. They do not like to showcase healthy black people in love, which is why AD and Clay's storyline is a big hit this season. Which is why when you watch the finale, they focused on them for 1 hour and 10 minutes and gave Amy and Johnny 20 minutes. Because let's focus on the black woman's pain. Let's talk about morality. Let's talk about morality, Susan B. Anthony. You want to talk about morality? Let's talk about the fact that I use my platform to constantly advocate for good treatment of black women on dating shows, specifically Love is Blind. And yes, I said Pacific. I am from Dade County. Instead of focusing on my commentary, you better have been making sure that going forward, the casting is pristine. Because if it's not, I will be on your ass like white on rice. Like white on the Caucasian jollof you be down there cooking for Kwame. Or Kwame, as you call him. Okay? Don't ever come for me again. Don't ever try to check me again. Stay in your place and know your lane. Thank you.
So the questionnaire is why Edmund is here? Chelsea over in casting and the rest of your team, whoever's over it, I'm going to put you over casting though, because they definitely showed you and they named you and they said you was doing the casting. So Chelsea and the casting crew, when this man told y'all that he ate his boogers, nobody part of the Love is Blind team thought to themselves, ooh, yeah, we shouldn't put him in there. Because who signs up for Love is Blind thinking that, ooh, I would love to settle down with a man who eats their boogers. Somebody please tell me that during Black Women's, mi gente, Black Women's Month. Who is signing up for Love is Blind, looking forward to marrying a man who eats their boogers and says this on camera on a show that they know is going to be shown internationally? Who is signing up for that? Nobody, baby. Nobody. But y'all saw that and y'all decided to put him on the show anyway. And of course, him being a Black man, being a young Black man, y'all were looking forward to him being with a Black woman because of course y'all couldn't wait to see a Black woman be embarrassed yet again on this show. Because embarrassing Black women, it is extremely profitable. It is extremely profitable. As we've seen time and time again when it comes to Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, that whole kinetic team, every show they have is built off of embarrassing Black women and shitting on the when will my reflection show Asian people. Oh, we're going to have to talk about the Asian hate on this show too. My God, today. Whew. Parce que Let me just bring it back. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back and let's go through these episodes. Episode 1, Love is Blind, season 9. So obviously Love is Blind starts off, we're in the, women's lounge, we're in the men's lounge, and the lattes are still here, which I just don't understand. At this point, I've just decided to just accept it for what it is. Y'all don't want better hosts, so whatever. The lattes are still here. They're in the, different lounges, and we are briefly introduced to Edmund, the booger eater, okay?
I was in the foster care system all my life, so this is my chance to build that with someone.
Yeah.
He talks about being in foster care his entire life, and he gets choked up about it.
Have kids and day one and stay with a family compared to all my life.
And it was just, it was touching to see and hear his story. We meet Madison, who is legally blind. Well, she's not legally blind yet, but she's on her way to being blind. And I'm like, what? What?
I have a blinding eye condition, and there's a good chance that I'm going to go blind.
What a way to intend a pun when it comes to the title of this show. We meet Jordan, who's a 29-year-old single parent.
A few times where, I tell the lady I have a kid and there's all interest is lost. So.
He talked about his son. You see that, Liler? You see how Jordan came on the show and let people know immediately that he was a father? Okay? All right. Somebody send this season to... Well, don't send it to Lila, child. Because honestly, this season, I'd rather Lila's season than this season. This is just ridiculous. So now we're in the pods. And I'm sorry, what was with this camera shot of Calibria's butt?
Rohan?
Yes.
Oh, you got to spell that for me.
Why am I seeing her booty crack? What's going on? Over the years, there have been a lot of questionable angles when it comes to the Black women on this show. And this was another one. What is that? What was that? And why was it not edited out? Chris Colleen with your raggedy ass. Y'all didn't see that? Casey, 32-year-old makeup artist. She meets Patrick.
I have 5 siblings.
Ooh.
I have 4 brothers and a sister. She sings in Korean.
I don't know. Patrick, to me, if I'm sitting down in the pods, right, and this woman who is giving white passing, right, is talking to me about growing up Mormon.
I grew up Mormon. I'm not Mormon anymore, but my dad served his Mormon mission in Korea.
And here you are, an Asian guy. She doesn't know that he's Asian, but here you are, an Asian guy. I'm running for the hills. I don't care that her daddy was in Korea doing a karaoke for the Korean children. I don't give a fuck. I'm running for my life. This woman is a colonizer. Point blank, period. Okay? Mormon? You're Asian. Let's, can we connect the dots, please? Thank you.
We get to know Patrick a little bit more. He talks about being Asian in Denver.
My major insecurity in the past was being an Asian American man in a predominantly Caucasian area. Only Asian kid in class, only Asian friend in the friend group.
And, you know, it was kind of a little heartbreaking to hear him tell his story that he was always the one little Asian kid in class, always the one Asian guy in the friend group, always the one Asian guy in, you know, in the room, and how he was ridiculed for the way that he looked growing up. And so we eventually see him link up with Anna, who he doesn't know is also Asian.
I don't really have a type. I date all over the place. I've dated much older. I've dated my age.
What about ethnicities?
White guys.
And she too doesn't know that he's Asian. But the more they talk to each other, the more that they realize they have a lot in common. For instance, they both talked about the fact that they both date white folks. Okay, so he was always dating white women. She's always dating white men. And, you know, they land on the fact that this is happening a lot because Denver is not a diverse place. It's not a diverse city. It's predominantly white. And so that, you know, they don't really have much options.
Just mainly white guys.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
What about you?
Typically, I date white girls.
And then later on down the line in their conversation, Anna talks about how her family's from another country, and they both kind of bond on that because he says, oh, my family's from another country.
My parents moved there from a different country.
That's crazy, but I can relate. My parents are also from a different country.
So at the very least, they realize that they're both immigrants, okay? They realize that they're both on Trump's ICE list, okay? Hello, during Black Women's, mi gente, Black Women's Month. We see what's going on with the ICE raids, all right? And we see how the Asian community don't be saying much about that. I hope y'all start speaking up about that. I don't know, maybe I'm not on the right side of the internet, but I don't be saying, I don't be seeing Asians say nothing. I just be seeing the Black and brown folks talk. I don't ever see Asians say anything about these ICE raids. What do y'all feel about the ICE raids? I would love to know that. Is it not affecting y'all? Okay. They both realize that they speak another language, but they never go into detail about what the other country is that their family's from and what the other language is that they speak. You can kind of just see that, oh, they're realizing, oh, they're both coming to terms and realizing that, wait a minute now, the other person on the other side of this wall might also be a, when will my reflection show on the other side of that wall, okay? We meet Blake, who is, what is he again? I can't remember I think he was like 30 or 31. But anyway, we meet Blake, who talks about how his granny's like, baby, where are my great grandkids? When are you getting married? What's going on?
I was talking to my grandma a few weeks ago, and she says, is there a woman in your life?
And then he meets Megan, who is a tech startup company owner. 33. They kind of both bond on the fact that they are both very hyper focused on their careers, and that is the reason why they're both not in relationships at the moment, but they both want to get married, obviously. They also both want to be parents, they want to have families, so they bond on a lot of similarities in the things that they're both looking for. We get to know Megan a little bit more, and she keeps telling everybody to call her Megan Sparkle.
My friends call me Sparkle Megan. I love anything that sparkles.
Sparkle Megan. I will remember that.
Stop telling everybody to call you that corny shit. That shit is corny. It's corny as hell, Megan. Megan Sparkle. Nobody's calling you that. It's corny. I understand that you sparkle everything from your shoes to your hats to your drawers. We don't care. I'm here to tell you, we do not care, and that shit is corny. Stop telling people to call you that. She had everybody calling her that corny shit, and I was like, girl, please stop. Like, nobody's gonna call you that. Like, you're not gonna make a brand. I know, like, at this point, it's clear that a lot of these contestants are on this show. They're getting their clout. They want to get their social media going. I get it. Next thing you know, she might start selling sparkle teas and sparkle cups. We're not gonna buy it. We don't care. We do not. I'm here to tell you, Megan, we do not care about your sparkles. Get into why you here to find your husband, period. Okay? She eventually meets real estate investor Mike, who refuses to tell her his age. I didn't understand that.
How old are you?
I'm going to tell you next time.
Oh, okay. He's holding out on me.
Holding out on you.
He's 37. I didn't like you. Why are you in here acting like you 77? I'm not understanding why you don't want to tell your age. That was really weird to me.
But anyway, they start to talk about, the things that they're looking for in a relationship. She is very good in her career and she feels that a lot of men are intimidated by the money that she makes. So I guess someone like Mike is up her alley because he too makes a lot of money. They talked also about like the roles that they look forward to having in a relationship.
I kind of believe in like more traditional gender roles.
I support that. Which is surprising to hear from you because of the tech startup.
He said that he is for traditional roles and so is she. She said that she's a nurturer.
But I also value being like that nurturer.
She looks forward to taking care of her man and he looks forward to, being the person who handles the finances. That's what they bonded over. Jordan, 29. I can't remember what Jordan does. Was he in logistics or something like that? I can't remember, but 29, he meets Megan. And again, she tells him this stupid ass shit right here.
My friends at home call me Sparkle Megan.
Tell me how you got that nickname.
Like, Megan, do you not know how corny that is? It is so corny. Like, it is so corny. Please stop telling people to call you that. It is corny as corn, corny, corny. It's a cornfield. It's just nothing but corn. I see nothing but corn here. It's corny. You're corny for that. Stop saying that, please. Let this be the last episode you say this corny ass shit. But anyway, she tells him that she's bedazzled all over, that her shoes are bedazzled, her earrings bedazzled.
My shoes are sparkly. I drive a car that has a blinged out emblem.
Her eyelashes, her eyes are bedazzled, her ears bedazzled, her thumb bedazzled, her house bedazzled, she even bedazzled her car. This is a grown-ass 33-year-old woman. What is going on? But anyway, speaking of bedazzling, I have a son. He's not bedazzled, but I have a son, child.
I am a single dad. So that occupies quite a bit of time, and that's my number one priority.
He also told her that he drives like I think he said a 2014 bedazzled Kia or something like that. Well, he said it's not bedazzled, but he also just pointed out that, okay, their aesthetics are not really cohesive because he's more of a simpler guy.
My normal attire is black jeans, a black t-shirt, and white Vans, and you're sparkly. So how are our aesthetics going to match?
And she's more, it just looks like she's more into materialistic things. He doesn't say that, but he kind of says that. Next, we meet Allie and Anton. And immediately, they're trying to come up with a couple's name.
Trying to think of a cute name for both of us. Like a combination of our two names smashed together.
Like, it's so clear. These people are not trying to find love. They're not trying to find love. They're trying to do the social media couple thing. Like, please understand, y'all, like, Love is Blind at this point. Finding love, that's an accessory. If it happens, cool. But these folks are not going into the pods looking for the love of their life, looking for their husband. It's just like, please understand that. If it happens, cool. But most of them are in this thing to get their followers up and to become the next, power social media, reality television couple. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for the brand deals. They're looking for the attention. And this couple right here gives me that down.
And Teeny.
Antonini. No, that sounds so freaking Italian.
Anton also lets her know that he's Brazilian. It's like, bruh, what happened to love being blind? What happened to love being blind? What happened to the experiment? Like, these motherfuckers do not care about the experiment no more. I mean, these people just come into the experiment. Hey, I'm Italian. Hey, I'm Colombian. Hey, I'm Haitian. Like, they do not care anymore. They're just going in there. They're not respecting the actual experiment. They don't care. They do not care. Okay. All right. The Booger Eater is back on our screen and he's talking about, hey, he's been doing everything from meeting up with people, getting set up with people to dating apps. And he's just tired of that.
Going to meetups. I've done dating apps for a bit. I've done asking my friends, like, you know anybody that might like me?
We learned very early that he is into Calibria. We'll call her KB for short, but he wants KB bad. And I'm very upset. I'm very upset because the Black women's, during Black Women's Mi Gente, Black Women's Month, she's getting the Booger Eater. Chris Colleen, with your raggedy ass, I will never get off your neck. Like, I will never get off your neck. And please, anybody with edgeless foreheads who tries to get in between me, calling Chris Colleen raggedy, please, I'm finna come for you too. Like, I'm coming for you too, Jessie, with that questionnaire. Cause here y'all are setting up this black women's with a booger eater. A booger eater.
I feel smart.
Yeah, I do feel it. I'm like, where's my man?
Oh, I'm right here.
Okay. They start talking about what they want in a marriage, and KB, girl, some things are alarming to me when it comes to you.
I think I'm more so non-traditional. I'm okay if I was the breadwinner. Okay. And I'm okay if my husband was the breadwinner. I'm okay if I cook. I'm okay if my husband cooks.
Immediately when she talks about the fact that she could be the breadwinner, that it ain't got to be 50-50, that, you know, she could handle this, she could handle that. I'm worried that you don't know how to rest in your softness. Okay? I need you to come down. Parce que, what do you mean you okay with winning the bread? No. Pas gen bagay kon sa, sister. No. Parce que,
Mwen pa kompran.
No, sister. We are not winning the bread. We are not winning the bread. We don't come in the door and say, oh, we are winning the bread. No, sister. Pa gen bagay kon sa. You are not the breadwinner. No. Rest in your femininity. I need you to rest. As I'm watching these episodes, like you are leaning way too much into masculinity and mothering. And we're going to get into that. But you're doing you're promising way too much. You're taking on way too much too early. I need you to calm that down. I'm going to need you to calm that down. Okay. So I believe Edmund is a realtor and that KB is a social worker, right? So anyway, they kind of touch on that. And then in the conversation, Edmund tells her that he used to be a cornerback in school.
I used to be a college athlete and stuff like that. So I'm
Say what sport?
Football.
What position?
Cornerback.
And already I could see my sister's eyes opening up. My sister thinks that she's talking to Richard Sherman. My Lord, my God, today, sister, I'm telling you, you is not talking to Richard Sherman, sister. Calm down. I could see her eyes just getting wide open, sister. Like in her mind, she's already picturing what Edmund looks like because he used cornerback. And I just died slowly when I saw her just blushing about that shit. Cause sister, that man ain't cornering nothing in the back, okay? He ain't cornering no backs. I can guarantee you that. Okay. Anyway, in this conversation, he goes on to let her know that he's been in and out of the foster care system, mostly because his parents were very irresponsible. His mother was very negligent. I think he says both of his parents.
All my life, I've been in the foster care system. My parents, they either had custody of me or that I was like in custody of the state.
But despite all that, he stayed in school. He went on to get a master's degree. He went on to be, successful, and he channeled his trauma into being successul in his everyday life.
And when I was in the custody of my parents, whenever they got us back 2 months or 3 months or however long it was just, would you be back out of their home because of something that they did?
He goes on to talk about how he looks forward to one day becoming a substitute teacher because it was one of his teachers that saved his life.
My life was saved by a teacher, like my 5th grade teacher.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. I'm not trying to cry.
No, it's okay. I want to hear about it.
And he just starts crying.
You're more of a man if you cry, if you ask me. I wish I could hold you and hug you.
And, his story is beautiful, right? His story is a beautiful story as we just consider what he went through and how he came out of that. But I'm going to ask a question I think I ask every Love is Blind season. Why don't y'all like going to therapy? Go to therapy. You don't belong on Love is Blind. You belong on Love is a Blind Therapist. Y'all need to be in the pods where they match y'all up with the right therapist for your needs. Okay. It is very clear that this man has gone through a lot and he still needs to process that and get to the other side. Okay. But then you have KB, who does a very, very good job at, holding his hand as he opens up and he shares, what has happened to him in his life.
It's okay. Yeah, I appreciate you being able to sit here and be vulnerable with me through this wall. Like, I know that's not easy.
But as she's doing that, I'm also thinking, damn, it gives trauma bonding. We don't really hear much of her trauma in this conversation, but it just gives, I just felt like my sister was getting turned on by this man opening up about his trauma. And I just want to make sure, y'all, that when we're dating, we're not bonding with someone based on the trauma that they've been through. Okay? Because you've been through trauma and because you've, been through all these different things, that shouldn't be appealing to me. That actually should be sort of a red flag, to be honest. We've all been through trauma, right? But if you're not really telling me how you got over it and how you made it through, that's a red flag for me. That's a red flag. Okay, so you've been through all this trauma. So what have you done to address that trauma? If we're not talking about that, so that I can know how you got to the other side, baby, we don't need to be getting together. Now we're just trauma bonding. You're going to pass that trauma on to me. So their dynamic already is very worrisome to me.
I can't even wait. I'm going to go back in that room so excited. Hey, man, you great. You great.
Joe and the Legally Blonde lady meet, and they bond over doing karaoke. And then they start talking about like what the perfect date would look like. And she described to her what her perfect date would look like. Her perfect date is going down to the 7-Eleven.
So karaoke and then what?
Okay, then we're gonna go for a little jaunt down to 7-Eleven to get a snack.
I'm sorry, if I'm going blind, I'm gonna need to see more than a karaoke mic and a Four Loko from my local 7-Eleven. I'm so sorry. Sister, I need you to raise your standards up. Please, raise them standards up. All right? Okay. Anton and Allie have a series of dates, and I'm sorry, I feel like this man is a love bomber. He just gives love bomber vibes down, like calling her baby. Like, I think he called her baby like on their first date too. I didn't really mention it, but he just gives me love bomber vibes. Every time she says something, it's, oh, me too. Like, I think she said that her first job was at McDonald's, and he was like, oh, me too.
As soon as I turned 14, I literally got a job at McDonald's.
McDonald's was my first job. How old were you when you started learning English?
8.
8?
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
She said something about being bullied. Oh, me too. I got bullied too. She said she had to learn English at 8. Me too. I learned English at 8 too. It just was given like he's a love bomber, and he just was saying anything to get her. Am I the only one who saw that? So then Allie gives this strange ass dream that she had about dreaming that her and Anton's mama was down to the prison.
It was a weird dream. You were coming out of prison.
I was coming out of prison. I've never been to prison.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Girl, what?
Me and your mom were picking you up after prison, but somehow I still had never seen you.
Girl, what? That's, see, my thing with y'all is the signs be there. Your dreams are telling you he ain't it. Cause why are you dreaming about breaking somebody out of prison that you considering marrying? Like, that's not it, sister. Are you not? I need you to turn this thing on. Turn it on. So anyway, after she tells him about this dream where she busting his ass out of prison, child, she tells him that she loves him with every fiber of her being.
I 100%, just every cell in my body. I love you.
And he goes on to say the same thing. He loves her too. Mr. Me Too. Mr. Me Too. I love you. I love you too.
I appreciate you sharing that with me. I love you too.
And then he proposes to her. She accepts, and I guess they're gonna get married, or well, at least they're engaged. Yeah. I'm not shipping this couple. something's very off with this couple to me. We're back in the men's lounge, and Jordan is showing the men pictures of his child. Send this to Tyler.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God.
Look how cute.
Dude.
Isn't that cute, dude?
It's gorgeous.
Somebody please send this to Lyler. Lyler, où est que j'aime gon l'autre nèg qui vin là, li gen petit, li la montre petit, li ba moun yo, li ba bay menti, li ba di se petit, li ba pal, li ba di que he didn't say he was renting a wound, child. He told everybody off the rip, he is a father. Okay? A father. And he's crying about, I guess getting emotional about being away from his son. But he also talks about the fact that, as a father, he's dating for two. I really like that. He's dating for two. He's dating someone who will be a good, at least motherly figure for his son.
I just want to make him, proud in everything I do. When I'm dating for two, right? I'm not just dating for me. I'm dating for Luca.
So he goes into the pods with Miss Sparkle Child. And in this date, he lets her know that his son has, I believe it was diabetes, right? Either is on the way to having diabetes or has it. I can't remember. Y'all drop that in the comments and let me know. But they talk about his son having diabetes complications, and they kind of bond off of that because her father passed away from diabetes.
I'm getting emotional.
I know. I'm sure it's relatable.
I know. Going through it with my dad, I know it's not easy.
So they bond over that. And anyway, they have a really nice date. They play these fill in the blank games, and they're vibing. It's really good. But then in her confessionals, she says that she does not see how this is going to work because, she gets a lot of money and he don't.
As much fun as we have, I don't think we're necessarily aligned in a lot of other ways. And I just don't see our lifestyles really meshing.
She rich, he a brokey. She doesn't say that, but she says that. She's rich, okay? She over here sparkly and he over there, he dusty. He broke. All right. So yeah. So Miss Sparkle and Mike meet up again, and he finally tells her his age. He's 37, which I still don't understand why he didn't want to tell her that to begin with. That was really weird to me. Just very weird. But anyway, he feels that, she is the type of woman that he could build an empire with, and vice versa. They both make a good living. They're both into, I guess, holistic lifestyles when it comes to their health and wellness. They start talking about just everyday things, like who would get the groceries or whatever, and who would make the food.
I mean, you can do the Instacarting or grocery shopping, whatever. Are you cool with that?
Yes, I've got you.
Okay.
So yeah, he was like, yeah, I definitely would want you to get the groceries and cook the food. And she was like, watch it.
Okay. What about the cooking?
Watch it.
I know. That was what I was looking for. Just making sure.
And I just was confused because you told him that you were into traditional roles. You said that you want to take care of your man. So your man is asking you to take care of him, and now it's watch it? See, what happened to you being a nurturer? We do see her have a date with Blake, and, come to find out, Blake's father passed away from a liver disorder. I believe it was liver cancer. So they both lost their fathers, and he talks about how he really wishes that he and his dad were closer growing up. They didn't have a very close relationship, and now that he's older and his father's gone, he really regrets not having that type of bond with his father.
His health started turning. I think rather than trying to make up for lost time, I don't know. I think I just let my frustration get the best of me.
They both talked about, being able to have closure on their own and forgiving their fathers, now that their fathers have passed away. And I really think this is a very good conversation. Some of us, have fathers that are not, have not gone home to glory and struggle with forgiveness, child. My Lord, today, child. Lord have mercy. But I thought this was a very good conversation. Afterwards, we see Allie and Anton. It looks like they're about to meet each other for the first time, and that's where episode 1 ends. So Anton, who's into transportation logistics, I believe, and Allie, who is a nurse, meet each other. And is it me or this first kiss was kind of ugly? I don't know. Is there such thing as an ugly kiss? If it is, I thought their first kiss was ugly as hell. He has the reaction that I expected.
Oh my God.
Your hair.
You like it or no?
I love it.
She's fucking stunning. It was shocking. It was shocking how good looking she was.
Allie's a very good looking girl. She looks very desirable. He has the exact reaction that I expected him to have when he saw her. You know, he proposes, she accepts. Then they go on to have a little conversation, and like mid-conversation, she had to burp.
Twice the size and
I need a burp. Hold on.
ick.
It was a lot going on. But anyway, they start plotting on their initials, how they're going to both have the same initials once they're married.
Married when you take my last name.
Mhm.
You're gonna have the same initials as me. AY.
You were thinking about initials?
Yeah.
Me too.
And again, it's just really giving like influencer couple, very calculated. It's just not, I'm not shipping this couple. I'm not shipping this couple at all. Madison and Joe are back in the pod, and they have, you know, a really good conversation about, you know, relationships and all that stuff. And then in this conversation, she lets him know that she's on her way, you know, to most likely or maybe being blind one day.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Actually, you know what? I do have one thing. I have something called retinitis pigmentosa, which is a degenerative like eye condition.
This man's whole body language changed. This man's entire body language changed.
The amount of times I've had people be like trying to give me like a high five or something, and I'll like miss it.
Oh no.
It can lead to blindness.
And you know, he did the right thing to do, I guess, and say, hey, you know what? Like, I'm processing this, but this doesn't change my feelings for you. A lot of us, I mean, am I the only one who didn't really know about this condition? I mean, later on, she does talk about it, and she says that, hey, like, there's some people with her condition that don't go blind until they're like 90 or 70 years old, which, I mean, when you're older, you start going blind anyway. So most likely, like, she'll be fine. But my thing is, and this is, I feel like this is going to sound so fucked up, but I just have to be honest here. I don't imagine anybody signing up for Love is Blind thinking, whoo, I can't wait to be linked up with somebody who might be blind next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't picture that. I'm not picturing that. I'm not imagining that. And so I think that, listen, it's Love is Blind, right? So that means that you should be willing to be with anyone, no matter their race, no matter their shape, no matter their height, no matter their, you know, background, no matter, like, you know, if they have a condition. That's virtually what this experience is, right? But let's just be honest. Can we just be honest for a moment? I don't think anybody goes into this hoping that they're going to get somebody who might be legally blind next week. I'm just saying, okay? Let me know what you think about that. Again, though, I think it's great that she shared this because obviously there's a lot of people out there who have this condition. I didn't know anything about it. And so I think it's a great thing to educate those of us who are watching it. But still, we meet Nick, who's a luxury watch dealer, and immediately don't like him. Something about him gives me very calculated, very much, I'm here to be an influencer. The pickup line.
Johnny Bravo always said, hey there, pretty little mama. Are you a underinsured beachfront property? Because I'm a tidal wave.
Corny. Corn. Nothing but corn, okay? We do see him link up with Kate, Miss Titties. One thing about Kate, she gonna have them titties out.
When you're a dad someday, we're having family breakfast. Like, what are you making?
They kind of talked about, like, you know, what a to-go breakfast meal would be, you know, for them when they're cooking for their kids, I guess, their future kids or their figurative future kids. And he shared what his go-to daddy meal would be.
I'm making chunky monkey pancakes with banana and chocolate chips in them. That's my dad dish.
Y'all, respectfully, this man is how you doing, okay? Y'all not gonna sit here and this man is clearly how you doing. How you doing? Okay? Can we just be honest here? It's giving that to me. Immediately, it's giving flaming hot, okay? Immediately. Later on, I think they have another date, and Kate talks about how her last relationship was 8 years. She's a dietitian. She's 31 years old. She said that this man cheated on her while her mama was going on to glory.
I was in an 8-year relationship. I was engaged. After my mom passed, it cheated on me.
My Lord. But anyway, as they're talking, he lets her know that she's the one.
You are the one that I could be looking for. So I'm putting my cards out on the table.
I just wish we would have seen more from this couple before we just see him jump. I mean, is it playing out how it was for real? Like, did he just tell her this like out of nowhere, or was there more to see with this couple? But anyway, he's already telling her that she's the one for him. We then see Nick, who meets up with Annie. He calls Annie a wild card that, you know, she sparks up a lot of curiosity for him. Immediately for me, Annie gives me somebody who is desperate for a ring.
Do you feel like you're ready to get married? If it's not a hell yes, like it's a hell no.
Absolutely. That's so important for me.
I want to be engaged in a week. Like, I'm getting married.
I don't even know if she wants to be married. I don't know if she wants the marriage, but I know for sure she is desperate to be able to say, I have a ring, I have a husband. It's so clear, so quick. There's this awkward moment where she spilled her water and then he made this color about her being wet over there.
Like, it's water at least.
It's a little wet over there, huh?
Listen.
I have that effect on people.
This man is gay. Are we gonna be? This man is how you doing? How you doing? That man is how you doing? He's how you doing? Okay, y'all. Let's just keep it a buck. He's how you doing? At this point of me watching this, I turned over to my man and I was like, he's doing the most trying to convince this lady that he's straight.
What gets drier and wetter at the same time? It's the carpet underneath Annie.
You not convincing me, baby. It's giving how you doing down. And then she's weird. The whole, oh, I find everything sexy.
I'm like, you want to hold my hand? Sexy. You want to come like hop in the shower with me? Sexy. You want to like touch the back of my neck while I'm making coffee in the morning? Sexy.
If you pouring milk in my cereal, it's sexy. If you hold up an umbrella for me while it's raining, it's sexy. If you tell me bless you when I sneeze, it's sexy. Everything is just sexy to me. Sexy is sexy. Sex is, it's just like, girl, shut up. What is this? What is this everything is sexy monologue? Like, they're both weird. Like, these are two weirdos to me. They're both weird. Something is not... These two are not okay, I'm telling you. Then he made this very weird comment about what he would like to have when he wakes up tomorrow.
Here, it's like, what is one thing you wish you could wake up and gain tomorrow? And I'm like, an extra inch.
I'm dead.
The man is how you doing. Like, can we all, like, this man, he's how you doing, y'all. How you doing? During Black Women's Mi Gente. How you doing? Down. Like, what is that even about? Okay, chicken nugget dick. Like, what are we talking about? What? I can't. So Annie, who's 29, and I think she's a hair salon owner, we see her meet with Brandon, who is 30 years old, and he's a teams manager. Don't know what that means. Their conversation was cute. They talk about, you know, what they're looking for in a relationship. He talks about looking forward to growing old with his partner. So I thought it was cute, whatever. But
Tell me a good memory from your childhood.
what? I'm like, okay, maybe she's not weird. Maybe she's just goofy. That's kind of what I got from her conversation with Brandon versus her conversation with Nick. But anyway, we learned that she is Brandon's top choice.
My top choice is Annie, to talk about the things that can come in the future, special.
Edmund is making out with the floor.
Ed, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? You got your mouth on this floor? Oh, fuck you. There's been nastier places. Your immune system gotta go crazy.
The booger eater is making out with the floor. Let me say this, because I know we have more episodes to get to.
I'm be getting sick often.
Wow.
Dang, it feel good kissing something right now too, bro. I ain't kissed nothing in so long.
Some of us believe that Edmund may be on the spectrum. And then there are those of you out there who are saying things like, oh no, he's just emotionally unstable. And we have to be careful about labeling everyone as being on the spectrum or saying that they're autistic, just because they're emotionally unstable. This man is making out with the floor.
Dang, it felt good kissing something right now too, bro. I ain't kissed nothing in so long.
This man is making out with the floor. This is not emotional instability. Okay? Do you know what it is to make out with the floor? Do you know what it is to hear someone say that they eat their boogers? And as part of the production, you don't say to yourself, oh no, let's unplug the microphone, unplug his mic, let's send his ass home. No, we're going to keep him here. And now we're going to see him making out with the floor and not intervene. No, we're going to keep the cameras rolling and we're going to show that to the world. The man is making out with the floor. I really want us to think for a moment. Just think. Think. Before you make your think pieces when it comes to Edmund and how emotionally deranged he is and unstable, I want you to keep in mind this man is tonguing the floor down. He's playing tonsil hockey with the floor. This is a 28-year-old man who just got through telling us that he eats boogers. He's here to find a wife. Okay? Chris Colleen, your raggedy ass, you will never not have my foot on your neck. Ever. 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 Raggedy ass bitch. You raggedy Pariah, you raggedy Chelsea, you raggedy. That entire production team is raggedy as hell for showing us this and not getting this man some help. You got Brendan like, what you doing what's going on? What did production do to intervene with this? Nothing. They just kept the cameras rolling because this is entertaining. This is entertainment. Are you not entertained? Meanwhile, while Edmund is playing tonsil hockey with the floor, you got KB talking about, I love him. He's such an alpha man.
It just feels like I've known this man forever. That sounds so delusional.
Hey. One thing about it, Love is Blind is going to embarrass the out of a black woman. Oh, you call embarrass a black woman? We can't wait. We can't wait. Yeah. She talking about he an alpha man. Whole time this man is playing tonsil hockey with the floor. They're back in the pods and he talked about how he knows that his family would really, really like her a lot. She asked him a very good question. She asked him, how did he build grace for his mother? And I really, really loved his response.
Because I know she loves me. I love her no matter what. I don't want her to miss out on like my life and like her kids, her grandkids.
She goes on to talk about her ain't shit daddy, how her daddy ain't shit. He wasn't in her life. And, you know, it's kind of hard for her to kind of like move on and be forgiving and just like reconcile how he just went out of his way not to be a present father. And sister, I can relate. Sister, I can relate.
I don't talk to my dad. He was an absent father. Ew, I'm getting emotional.
And then she said something that really hurt. She talked about the fact that she's happy for him that he knows that his mother does love him despite like all the wrong things that she did. He knows that, you know, it would hurt his mother if she wasn't in if she wasn't in his life, and vice versa. But she said that
it was so easy for you to forgive her is because you know that she loves you. That's the problem for me. I don't know that from him. Like, I don't know that.
She doesn't know that her father loves her. And that was really hurtful to watch. And, you'd be surprised how many of us feel that way. Many of us feel that way. Many of us are out here feeling that way. And, yeah, that really struck a chord with me. It struck a deep, deep, deep chord with me. And, now I really understand why KB feels that she has to be strong in everything. She got to step up with everything. And I'm glad that he told her, hey, you don't have to do that with me. You don't have to do that with me. And I really, even if she doesn't end up with Edmund, I really want KB to know that, girl, you do not have to be the strong Black women. You don't. Like, that the man that's for you, you are going to rest. As a first daughter, okay, the eldest daughter of 4 who don't know how to rest, I'm here to tell you it is very, very possible for you to end up with a man who's going to make sure that you rest in your femininity. Then he just starts screaming at the wall.
Oh, it's so good.
It does feel good with your yelling ass.
Calabria, KB, yes.
Again, this is not emotional instability to me. This is a clear behavioral pattern of someone who might be on the spectrum, y'all. Okay? It's just extreme highs to extreme lows to extreme. It's just extreme. The pattern is so extreme. It just feels as if he's out of his element and he's not equipped for this type of experiment at all. Megan and Jordan meet up, and my Lord, this man is tatted up. My God. Is it me or like the cast? A lot of the cast members are extremely tatted up. I don't know if maybe that's the culture up there in Denver, but they tatted up there. But anyway, it's clear that she likes Mike more than she likes Jordan at this point in the experiment. It's very clear.
Jordan, it's Sparkle Megan.
Sparkle Megan.
We also see her meet up with Mike, and he tells her how he has a couch that turns into a bed, and that his bedroom bed is a Tempur-Pedic, and she gets excited for stuff like that because it's signs of wealth, and that is what she's looking for. She's looking for a man who's wealthy. Let's just be honest.
My bed is much comfier.
Do we have a king size bed?
Oh yeah. Tempur-Pedic.
Her and Blake meet up, and she talks about the fact that she has a wedding coming up, and the wedding is at Lake Como, and that the venue alone is a $400,000 venue.
Friend's wedding coming up in June in Lake Como. Wanna be my +1?
Yeah.
Venue alone, I think, was like close to $400,000.
The wedding is the wedding of one of her friends. So literally, the venue alone is $400,000. These are the type of friends, these are the type of people that Miss Sparkle is around. And so that's what she's looking for. So as a viewer, I'm just thinking Jordan's not it. Like, I think from what I'm seeing, Jordan seems like a nice guy, but it doesn't seem like her and Jordan would be a sustainable relationship, because think about the people that she's around. That man is not giving $400,000 venue for our wedding. It's just not giving that. Sorry. But anyway, she told Blake, hey, you might be my guest. And I think she also said the same thing to Mike, or she might say it, or maybe she said it to Jordan. I don't know. But anyway, later on, Blake tells us that his top connection is Anna.
Megan has been great.
Oh my God.
Hi, this is Blake. But Anna feels like my top connection right now.
And I'm like, damn, because we just heard her say that Blake is her top connection.
Right now, my connection with Blake is even stronger.
So anyway, him and Anna have this camping date. And that was the best date I've seen in the pods as far as like decor and just like the thought that went into it, the s'mores that they're making.
I'm wearing a flannel today, and this feels kind of appropriate given that we're like among the trees right now.
It's giving lumberjack.
Yeah.
Anna is funny as hell. I'm like, yes, finally Finally, we get a when or will my reflection show. Finally, we get an Asian. And she's thick. So we get a thick Asian. We kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And she's funny as hell.
Wait, do you put the marshmallow on the thing?
No, I'm just like rotating it.
Oh, shit.
She's charismatic. She has a great personality. Like, she was telling him, hey, we should have a mating call. And they did that shit. It was funny.
Give your date your best wild thing mating call.
Wild thing mating call? Caw.
Oh!
Then I don't remember how the conversation got here, but she admitted to being a ghoster, that she ghosted someone, but she made it seem as though it wasn't someone that she was like in a full-on relationship with. It seemed like it was somebody she went on 1 or 2 dates with, and she just wasn't feeling it. And so she ghosted that person.
I would say, yeah, I have ghosted someone in the sense like if we've just been kind of talking.
Keep that in mind for later on. Then they had like this scratch off game, and when she scratched something, she got a free concert. I can't remember what he scratched, but I think what he scratched was like a hotel.
Oh, so we're fucking at a concert.
Hilarious. I'm like, oh, Anna's my fave. Anna's the star of this season. Like, she's my fave. Like, effortlessly, her personality is top tier. Funny. She's beautiful. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing more of her. So we do see her talk about how, hey, like, she really likes Blake, but Patrick seems to be her top choice.
I can't decide between Blake or Patrick.
The way they're editing it this season, it's like you're hearing somebody say, oh, such and such is my top choice. Then you go to their top choice and they're like, yeah, I like such and such, but such and such over here, that's my top choice. Like, it's messy as hell. The way that they're editing this is messy as hell. I want to say give me 20 more seasons, but hell no. This season is just total trash. Total trash this season.
Patrick and I put context clues together about what we might look like. I think we understand we're both Asian.
Patrick and Casey meet up and they have a very interesting conversation about attraction. She asked him how important attraction is to him. And, you know, he goes on to talk about just the fact that growing up, he had to deal with basically being bullied for the way that he looked.
You remember I told you that like my parents aren't from America, right? When I was younger, I mean, that was like an insecurity of mine. Like I was like literally the only person like that in class.
He was always basically the oddball out because of how he looked. And so she asked him like, you know, what his ethnicity was. And he struggled with that because obviously the show is called Love is Blind.
Do you think I should share it with you?
Yeah, I think you should.
Like my ethnicity?
Mm-hmm.
And you're supposed to be open to dating anybody from any background, any ethnicity. But she kept like pushing for him to tell her his ethnicity. And you could just see like he was struggling with it. He's struggling with it. He's struggling with it.
Or where are your parents from?
Yeah. Well, let me think this through for a second.
Okay.
And to be honest, I kind of wish he didn't say it at all. But then again, I don't know. Like, what do y'all think? It was just very awkward seeing this back and forth. Like, he hesitated so much with telling this woman where he was from. And you could tell that it was because he's had so much trauma around it, you know, from growing up.
I'm wondering why you're so hesitant.
About it?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to like be judged for it, you know?
And so finally he tells her, hey, you know, I'm Chinese and Cambodian. And she's like, oh, okay. You know, she says she's never dated an Asian, but she's like, yo, like my family's like the United Nation. Like one of my brother is with a half black woman. The other one was with, I don't know if it was a Latina or somebody from another race.
I'm half Chinese, half Cambodian. Have you ever dated an Asian guy before?
No, I haven't. It doesn't change anything for me.
Awesome.
Again, she talked about how, her Mormon daddy was in Korea doing karaoke for a little minute. And so she makes it seem as though dating someone from another race is actually something that is very common within her family, and it immediately makes him so comfortable with sharing his ethnicity with her. Like, you could see like how he just kind of like just deflated a bit and just was more relaxed after he said that to her, because she's like, yeah, like, your race doesn't matter. I don't care.
Even though I'm grew up Mormon and we're a white family, my older brother only dates Asian girls. My other brother's girlfriend is half black.
She even goes on to say that she's tired of white fuckboys.
They would love to see me with an Asian guy. They're sick of these fuckboy little white dudes.
So her family looks forward to her collecting another ethnicity like an infinity stone, basically. That's the way she made it seem. Then she tells this very weird story about some guy that she was following on TikTok and how they was following each other on TikTok, and I don't know, like talking back and forth on TikTok. Then the talking back and forth went to Instagram, and then on Instagram they followed each other, and she wasn't fangirling, but whatever. It just was weird. Did y'all get this story?
The guy I dated, I saw on a social media platform.
What app?
TikTok.
What? Oh, sorry. That just blew my mind.
I walked away from the story like, okay, like, is she trying to tell him that like she's talking to a celebrity at the moment? Like, I just really didn't get it. It was just very weird. I'm like, is it the editing? Is the editing off? Like, I'm not getting why this story even was told. I just was kind of confused. Anna and Patrick meet up, and immediately the funnies begin. She's imitating how he talks. And then he imitated how she was talking.
Your voice is very unique. Can I imitate it?
Yeah, try.
No, like, how's your night?
That's how I sound.
Dude. I really like their banter. They seem to be very, very comfortable with each other. She kind of had a moment where she got very emotional because this is the longest that she's gone without talking to her mother. Her mother is her everything. Her family is everything to her. And, being in this camp, I was going to say a specific type of camp, but being in this dating camp, child, where she can't speak to her family is kind of getting to her a lot. She talks about how, her and her mother are close right now, but growing up that they weren't really that close. She's an immigrant, and we all know how immigrant mothers be doing their daughters, child. Hello. During Black Women's Black Women's Month, I could tell you a thing or two. But anyway, he eventually asked her if she was Asian.
Typically, if I knew that some guy was Asian, I would eliminate them. With you, I'm almost more attracted to you.
Same.
Eventually, they kind of just come to terms with the fact that they're both Asian. They both know that, they put two and two together, and they both know that they're Asian. And so they kind of talk about that, and how the fact that, on a regular basis, they wouldn't be each other's types. And watching this show, it's so crazy watching Asians on this show, watching Indians on this show. If some of you guys saw my reviews for Love is Blind UK, just how the Asians, the Indians, certain groups of people seemingly go out of their way to date outside of their folks. Or there will be instances like this one where they are in towns where it is predominantly white, so they kind of don't have a choice. But I kind of feel like if you're intentional about it, you can still find your folks. But again, I'm not in their shoes, so I can't speak for them. But anyway, because they're both Asian, they kind of say, well, we have a friendship connection more than anything. And I don't know how I felt about that. I'm just like, damn, why are y'all seemingly writing each other off? But as they're writing each other off, Anna's like, but I do want more from you. I want the romance from you. And then he's like, me too. So I'm like, okay, so can y'all just focus on that? Why are y'all seemingly writing each other off because you're both Asian? What is going on? What is that?
Oh, what are we doing?
How did we end up here?
Dude, I don't know.
How are we this far in this,
What is that? Is it that they're both afraid that the other person wants to assimilate wants to assimilate with the whites. Like, what is going on? What is that? An Asian person would have to come over here and explain that to me because I just don't get it. But anyway, they then go into each other's ethnicities, you know. So Patrick lets her know that he's Chinese and Cambodian, and she found that so hot. She was so turned on by that.
I might be your person. We might be like really compatible.
And, you know, she's Chinese and, you know, she's over there like, my God, like, I'm over here falling in love with a lava lamp wall.
How am I catching feelings for like a lava lamp wall?
Yeah, for real.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever.
I screamed. When I tell you I screamed when that lady said that, Anna is hilarious. I want more. Give me 20 more seasons of just Anna. Not the rest of y'all can go. Give me 20 more seasons of Anna. She is hilarious. But anyway, child, it just seems like the when will my reflection show? People are about to be. And I'm happy about that. I'm very happy about that. I'm finally gonna get my Asian couple, period. Asian love to Asians. Mi gente. How you say mi gente in Chinese? Somebody drop down in the comments and let me know. Hold on. Let me ask Google Translate. Hold on.
Mi gente.
That ain't it. That's what I wrote. What? Brade Joyo Black Home? Why the Chinese people be having so many words for just... Mi gente! That's all I got. Madison and Joe go through a series of dates, and it looks like they love each other. And we see Joe ask her to marry him. She says yes. And so they're engaged now.
I'm getting down on one knee right now, and will you marry me?
Yes! Whoop-de-doo! Now we get this beautiful montage of Patrick and Anna talking about how much they like each other.
And it is absolutely electric. We have so much chemistry. It's like love, you know?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about you like all last night and then all day today.
And how most likely he's found his wife and she's found her husband. And
like, if there really is a person here for me to propose to, and I'm lucky that I actually found one, which is crazy.
I'm loving it. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm enjoying seeing this Asian couple. So we see Patrick go into the pods to go meet up with Anna. And he's in there saying, hello, 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 hello. He getting his Lionel Richie on. Hello, hello, hello. And nobody's saying anything. And that's where the episode ends.
Hello. Anna?
So drop down in the comments, y'all. Tell me what y'all think about the first 2 episodes of Love is Blind season 9. Drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And I will see you for episode 3 and 4 in the next one.
VVS, I just turn the water on. Big old flex, shit you never saw before.